Suicide Squad Hell to Pay is what the live-action Suicide Squad movie should have been in the first place. A simple story with good character interactions, good character development, and just overall good, fun action. I really, really like Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. After seeing it now twice, I had a lot of fun watching this movie a second time. The character interactions in this movie are great. Christian Slater is awesome as Deadshot. He has a sardonic wit to him. Billy Brown portrays Bronze Tiger, and he brings a very noble presence to him. And I like the story of Bronze Tiger as well. You know, he was once part of the League of Assassins because he was infiltrating them, but because then he was made, and then his fiance was killed, and that's pretty much his backstory. And I just love the rivalry between Tiger and Deadshot as well. There's a mutual respect there, but there's a lot of dislike over there. You know, Deadshot's a contract killer. Bronze Tiger does not kill innocent folk. So I like how they come to conflict with one another, and they got this really cool fight scene at the midway point of the movie, which is actually very entertaining. So Deadshot, and of course I like Deadshot's subplot where he's trying to find his daughter Zoe as well. And I also like how Deadshot is always so cool. He's in control of everything. Even when his back's against the wall, he still has his cool. And Christian Slater does a good job of just making Deadshot sound like the most calm, cool, and collected guy in this entire movie. Great performance by Christian Slater. I can't stress that enough. Christian Slater steals the show as Deadshot. He's fantastic. And Billy Brown as Bronze Tiger, he's my other favorite character, my other favorite actor and character in this movie as well. Those two, if those two guys did not work in this movie it would have fell apart, because this movie is built around those two having a conflict and those two being the primary focuses, and they ace it out of the park. You know, you got Tara Strong as Harley Quinn. Tara Strong voices Harley Quinn in the Arkham games. She comes back to voice Harley Quinn in this. Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. She's always fun to watch. We got Killer Frost in this movie. She's okay too. She ends up working with Reverse Flash near the end of the movie. Yes, this movie, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, this is connected to the New 52 universe, because it goes back to Flashpoint, and we find out that Thawne did not die by Batman's gunshot in that alternate timeline. He found a way to prevent himself from dying, but he's basically running on fumes, and he wants this magic card that can give you a ticket to heaven. Amanda Waller and Vandal Savage also want said card as well. So that's the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin is that the Suicide Squad have to get this magical card to Amanda Waller before Thawne and Vandal Savage get him for themselves. C. Thomas Howell returns as Thawne, by the way, and like in Flashpoint, C. Thomas Howell is amazing as Eobard Thawne. He's got that sly menace to him, and he's just a lot of fun to watch. Vandal Savage, I like Vandal Savage, but he's kind of underutilized in this movie. The same with Professor Pig. He's also he's in this movie as well, and Professor Pig's whole thing is that he has to surgically implant this card into Vandal Savage in case when Vandal Savage dies, the card will already be in him, then he can ascend to heaven. That's pretty much Pig's purpose. It doesn't really serve a purpose. You could have gotten anyone to play Pig's part, and it wouldn't have meant anything. This movie has a random Two-Face cameo. I love Two-Face, and Two-Face is in this movie for fan service. Why can't... Just don't put my favorite characters in movies if you're not going to do anything with them. Especially Two-Face. Two-Face has no reason to be in this movie. He should be in a Batman solo movie. The same with Professor Pig. So yeah, those are my three big criticisms right there. The underutilization of Vandal Savage. Not only that, the guy who's voicing him did an okay job, but he sounds like generic foreign bad guy. I would have preferred they got Phil Morris back from the DC animated universe, because Phil Morris says Vandal Savage has a more commanding presence with his voice, and he just makes Savage sound so intimidating. Professor Pig, he's just here for fan service. Two-Face, he's just here for fan service. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, let's go back to the Suicide Squad roster. We also got Captain Boomerang, played by Liam McIntyre, and Boomerang and Deadshot. Them constantly bickering at each other, constantly trying to one-up one another. It's hilarious. I like it. Copperhead is in this movie, and Copperhead, he's actually pretty cool. He has a lot of cool scenes, and he has some funny one-liners. The best one-liner is when he just randomly says, "Hiss." It's funny stuff. I like Copperhead in the movie. He's entertaining to watch. And I also like Vanessa Williams as Amanda Waller. She's no CCH Pounder, who does a better job voicing Amanda Waller, but I thought Vanessa Williams did an okay job. You know, just doesn't really have the commanding presence. She sounded a little bit more. She doesn't really have a commanding presence with her voice, but she did okay for what she was given. And she's not a bad actress at all. I like Vanessa Williams, and I thought she was fine as Amanda Waller. And I got very little complaints. The character of Steel Maxim, Dr. Fate, is in this movie, played by Greg Gunberg, and he probably has one of the funniest scenes in this entire movie when he's telling his story to the Suicide Squad during a campfire. It's hilarious, and yeah, it's funny stuff. And they also find him in a strip club, and I'm gonna leave it at that. This movie is rated R. You do get some nudity, and you get some extreme bloody violence, and I love it. This movie earns its R rating. This movie is ultra bloody violent. It's like a grindhouse movie. It's so much fun, and it suits these characters so well. When you say Suicide Squad, I'm thinking hard R, bloody grindhouse with a lot of funny quips and one-liners. Not Suicide Squad, the live action movie we got, which is just so forgettable and just so boring at the end of the day. But this movie over here, if this movie would have been the live action movie we got, Suicide Squad would have been so much better in live action. Because this movie, it's got a good story. It has a lot of good themes in it. It's got some funny one-liners in it. You can tell the cast is having a good time with the material. Every single person, every voice actor is they're just nailing it out of the park. And the animation, like I said, the animation looks great. You do have the rough CGI here and there, but overall the violence is well animated. It looks great. The blood looks great. The use of the squad themselves, I think everyone gets proper screen time. No one gets left out in the cold. Everyone has their own little bits to shine, and you have a really cool, touching ending as well. You know, you have this brutal fight between Tiger and Flash and Thawne, in which Thawne just kills Bronze Tiger, literally just stabs him multiple times until Thawne is stopped by Deadshot, bang. And you got this touching moment between Deadshot and Tiger, which, like I said, solidifies the underlying mutual respect they have for one another, and it's really, really cool. I like it a lot. I like how it was handled, and I buy that this Deadshot would do that, because this Deadshot, he has a code of honor to him, and that's what makes Deadshot to me a very interesting character, that he does have a code of honor to him, and this movie did a good job at showing that. So yeah, you know, there's a lot more to talk about Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, but those are just my general thoughts on the movie as a whole. Do I recommend this movie? Absolutely. This movie gets a solid 8 out of 10. Fix up the Vandal Savage stuff, take out Professor Pig and Two-Face, and this movie would have been near up to a 9. But I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Animation is great. The voice cast is great. The action scenes are fun to watch. The music and soundtrack is really, really 80s inspired groundhouse awesomeness. I love it. It's good stuff. So yeah, Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. If you have not seen this movie, and if you're a fan of the DC animated movies, you owe it to yourself to get this to watch, because it's really damn good. 8 out of 10. So, if you guys have seen or not seen this movie, let me know in the comment sections down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.